Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're into coins, history, or just love finding hidden treasures in your spare change, this video is for you. Today, we're talking about a very special coin from 2005, the humble 1-cent coin, or as we call it, the penny. Before we dive into the crazy world of coin values, let's start with a little bit of history. But trust me, you won't believe what you're about to hear. The United States Mint has been producing the 1-cent coin since 1793, and over the years, the design has evolved many times. But the 2005 penny? That's where things get really interesting. The 2005 penny was part of a special series of coins celebrating the Lewis and Clark expedition, the first American expedition to explore the western portion of the United States. The penny in question features an image of the keelboat used by Lewis and Clark, and it was released as part of a larger series celebrating the bicentennial of their historic journey. The 2005 coin featured an updated design that was distinct from earlier ones. It was the first penny to feature a reverse design dedicated to a historical event, commemorating the 200th anniversary of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Its value isn't necessarily what you would expect. A regular 2005 penny, produced in circulation, is worth just 1 cent, that's it. But hold on, there's more to the story. Let's talk about what can make certain 2005 pennies worth significantly more. So, how is it possible for a 1-cent coin to be worth anything close to $800 million? Well, let's break it down. First, we need to talk about rarity. Not all 2005 pennies are the same. In fact, certain ones could be worth a lot more than face value. You see, some 2005 pennies were struck in limited quantities, or even have errors or special characteristics that make them highly sought after by collectors. It's these rare specimens that can fetch big prices. For example, the 2005 penny with the D mint mark, which was struck at the Denver Mint, could be worth anywhere from $1 to $3, depending on the condition. But the real money comes from rare mistakes, known as error coins. These are the ones that can skyrocket in value. Imagine a penny with a doubling of the date, an overstruck design, or a misaligned die. These are just a few examples of what can turn an ordinary 2005 penny into a treasure worth thousands, sometimes even millions, of dollars. Let's take a closer look at some of the rare error coins from 2005 that could make you a fortune. One of the most famous error coins from 2005 is the double-die penny. In this case, the number 5 in the year 2005 has a distinct double impression, giving it a blurry or ghostly look. These pennies can sell for upwards of $1,000 or more, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. Another valuable find is the off-center penny. These coins were struck incorrectly on the press, so the design is partially or completely missing from one side. These can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s, depending on how badly they were struck off-center. But here's where it gets even crazier. There have been reports of 2005 pennies that are so rare, they have become known as the Holy Grail of penny hunting. Some of these error pennies are so valuable that collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes even more. And if you've got a 2005 penny that has been misstruck in some way, like being struck on a foreign planchet, meaning it was made on a metal blank that was never intended to be used for US currency, you could be sitting on a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In some rare cases, that amount can even go into the millions. Now, let's get to the big question. Is it really possible for a 2005 penny to be worth $800 million? In theory, the number $800 million comes from the astronomical prices that some extremely rare coins have fetched at auctions. Take, for example, the famous 1933 Double Eagle gold coin, which recently sold for over $18 million. And that's not the only one. Other coins, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, have gone for prices in the millions. So, while number 2005 penny has ever sold for $800 million, the idea behind that figure is rooted in the unbelievable amount of money that rare coins have brought in at auctions. If a 2005 penny were ever to be discovered with a truly unique error, or perhaps an incredible piece of history behind it, it could theoretically approach that kind of value. But for now, you're much more likely to find a penny worth $1 to $10,000, depending on how rare and unique it is. Now that we've covered the value and rarity, let's talk about how you can find a penny that could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Start by examining your 2005 pennies closely. Look for any signs of misprints, doubling, or unusual patterns. If you find anything that looks odd or different, it might be worth getting it appraised by a professional. Also, keep in mind that condition matters. Coins in pristine condition, with minimal wear and tear, are generally worth more than those that are damaged or corroded. So, if you're going through your pocket change, take a moment to inspect your 2005 pennies. While most 2005 pennies are just worth 1 cent, if you're lucky enough to find one with a rare error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, the next time you find a penny on the ground, remember that it might not just be a coin, it could be your ticket to some serious cash. Happy hunting, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin hunting tips, history lessons, and stories from the world of collectibles. Next, 2015 1 cent USA coin, the humble penny, something many of us barely give a second thought. But what if I told you that a 2015 1 cent coin could be worth big money? Not just a few dollars, but $1.5 billion in face value? Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and you won't believe what we're about to uncover. Today, we're talking about the 2015 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny. You may be wondering, how could a simple penny be worth $1.5 billion? Stick with us, and we'll break down the history, the value, and the mind-blowing possibilities behind this coin. The US penny, it's been around for over 2 centuries. Yet, despite its long history, the 2015 penny has a unique place in American coinage. The 2015 penny was part of the ongoing series that has featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, of the coin since 1909. But unlike some other years, the 2015 penny didn't feature any dramatic design changes. It was just another year in a long tradition of producing this little copper-clad coin. However, what sets this penny apart is its connection to a major change in coin production and the introduction of new mint marks for that year. To the average person, a 2015 penny is worth just 1 cent. But the real value behind this coin lies in its potential rarity and the factors that make certain 2015 pennies truly special. Okay, so let's talk numbers. You're probably wondering how a penny, which is literally worth 1 cent, could ever be worth $1.5 billion in face value. That's a huge claim, right? In reality, there are no individual 2015 pennies that have sold for $1.5 billion. But the concept of $1.5 billion in face value refers to an incredible scenario where a rare 2015 penny, or group of pennies, might have an immense total value based on rarity, historical significance, and the sheer volume of money being involved. What we're getting at here is the idea that rare coins, when they become incredibly scarce or feature errors, can command prices that far exceed their actual face value. The $1.5 billion face value is a theoretical scenario based on the rarest, most collectible pennies of 2015, combined with the insane prices that certain error coins can fetch at auction. In the world of coin collecting, even a simple penny can become a highly sought-after artifact, and in the case of the 2015 penny, there are several factors that make it more than just your everyday pocket change. Now, let's get into the real meat of this story. What makes a 2015 penny valuable? The answer lies in the rarity of error coins and minting mistakes. One of the most significant factors that can drive up the value of a 2015 penny is the occurrence of minting errors. In the world of coin collecting, these error coins can be worth a lot of money. Some errors are so rare that they become highly coveted by collectors. For example, one of the most common types of errors for the 2015 penny is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, creating a blurred or doubled image on the coin. If you come across a 2015 penny with a doubled die, it could be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars depending on the severity of the error. Another significant error is the off-center strike. These are pennies where the image is misaligned, leaving parts of the design off the coin. An off-center strike can make the penny more valuable, with some examples reaching a value of thousands of dollars. And let's not forget about the wrong planchet errors. A planchet is the metal disc used to mint coins, and sometimes, a penny is struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination. If a 2015 penny was accidentally struck on a dime or a quarter planchet, its value could skyrocket, potentially reaching tens of thousands of dollars. The key takeaway here is that while a regular 2015 penny is worth 1 cent, error coins from this year can reach values that far exceed the coin's face value, especially if they're rare and in good condition. So, while we've discussed how error pennies can be worth a lot more than face value, let's talk about how the $1.5 billion number fits in. In the world of coin auctions, prices for rare coins have hit astronomical figures. For example, a 1933 Double Eagle gold coin recently sold for over $18 million at auction. If a 2015 penny were ever to have a combination of rare errors and impeccable provenance, it could theoretically be valued very highly. But when you think of $1.5 billion in face value, it's more of an idea of what could be possible if there were that many rare 2015 pennies in circulation with valuable errors, all commanding huge prices. If you had enough 2015 pennies with significant errors, let's say a couple hundred or thousand in total, the combined value could push into the billion-dollar range, but individual pennies won't ever fetch that much. Now that you're fired up about the possibility of finding a rare 2015 penny, let's talk about how you can actually find one. If you're serious about finding a valuable 2015 penny, it all starts with paying attention to details. Check every penny you come across, whether it's from a bank roll, your change jar, or a collection you inherit. Look for obvious signs of minting errors, like doubled images, off-center strikes, or any unusual design flaws. Condition is also important. If you come across a rare 2015 penny that's in great condition, it's worth getting it professionally appraised. Coins in pristine condition can fetch significantly higher prices compared to those that are heavily worn. Another way to search for valuable pennies is to stay informed. Follow coin auctions and numismatic forums, and keep an eye out for any news about record-breaking finds. Sometimes, a penny can be undervalued when it's first discovered, so doing your research can make a huge difference. While most 2015 pennies are still worth just 1 cent, error coins or rare finds could make them worth far more than you might expect. And while $1.5 billion in face value is more of a concept than a reality, it shows how valuable and important coin collecting can be. So next time you grab your change, take a moment to inspect your pennies. You never know, you might just find a gem worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. Until next time, happy hunting. Last 2002 D1 cent USA coin. It's a coin you've probably come across in your spare change, the 1 cent penny. But what if we told you that a single 2002 D penny could be worth big money? Not just a couple of dollars, we're talking $1.25 billion in face value. Sounds too good to be true, right? Stick around as we explore the fascinating story, history, and hidden potential value behind this seemingly ordinary coin. If you're into coins, history, or just the thrill of discovering something rare, this video is for you. Today, we're diving into the story of the 2002 D1 cent coin, also known as the penny, and how, despite its modest face value, it could be worth a whole lot more. The 1 cent coin, or penny, has been part of U.S. currency since 1793, and over the years, it has undergone many changes in design. But the 2002 D penny, while seemingly ordinary, holds a special place in the history of U.S. coins. The 2002 D penny features the classic design of Abraham Lincoln, a figure who's graced the front of the penny since 1909. The D mint mark tells us that this penny was struck at the Denver Mint. On the reverse side, you'll see the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol that appeared on the back of the penny from 1959 to 2008. But while the 2002 D penny might look like just another run-of-the-mill coin, the history behind it and certain rare varieties can make it worth far more than its face value. In fact, the 2002 D penny, depending on its condition and potential errors, could be worth much more than you think. But before we get into that, let's talk about why most of these coins are still just worth 1 cent. So, here's the deal. While the 2002 D penny is still considered legal tender and is worth exactly 1 cent in face value, the story takes a turn when we look at rare varieties and specific mint errors. In general, most 2002 D pennies you find in your pocket change will be worth the usual 1 cent. But the real value lies in coins that have some sort of rarity or minting flaw. This could include unusual characteristics like doubling, misalignments, or even being struck on a wrong planchet. But where does the $1.25 billion come in? Well, it's not that a single penny from 2002 D could actually be worth $1.25 billion. Rather, this figure represents the potential combined face value of a massive hoard of rare 2002 D pennies that could be found, and it's a concept that showcases the potential for rare coins to multiply in value due to their scarcity. Here's where things get really interesting. A regular 2002 D penny is worth 1 cent, right? But certain rare errors and mistakes made during the minting process can make these pennies worth thousands, sometimes even more. One of the most common and sought-after errors in the 2002 D penny is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck multiple times, resulting in a faint duplication of the design. If you look closely at the date or other features, you may see a blurry or doubled image. A 2002 D penny with this error can be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars, depending on the degree of doubling and the condition of the coin. Another error to keep an eye out for is the off-center strike. This is when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing part of the design to be off-center. This can make the penny look unusual and, in some cases, incredibly valuable to collectors. Then, there are the wrong planchet errors, where a penny is struck on a metal blank intended for a different coin. A 2002 D penny struck on a dime planchet, for example, could be worth thousands of dollars, as these are extremely rare and highly collectible. Of course, the value of these errors depends on the rarity, condition, and collector demand. A 2002 D penny with a significant minting error could end up selling for thousands, and if the coin has an exceptional history or provenance, it could go for even more. So, what's this whole $1.25 billion thing about? Well, as mentioned earlier, the $1.25 billion figure is more of a theoretical value rather than an actual sale price for a single coin. If you take the face value of millions, or even billions, of 2002 D pennies with rare errors, you could reach an enormous total face value. This is how the $1.25 billion figure comes into play. It's the potential value of these pennies if large numbers of them were found and sold at a high price due to their rarity. So, imagine this scenario. Let's say a hoard of rare 2002 D pennies with significant mint errors was discovered. If collectors and investors were willing to pay high premiums for these rare coins, the combined value of those pennies could theoretically reach into the billions. But remember, this doesn't mean a single penny is worth $1.25 billion, it's the total value of a massive number of rare pennies. Now that you know how rare and valuable these 2002 D pennies can be, you're probably wondering, how can I find one? How can you spot a rare, valuable penny in your collection or spare change? First, take a look at every 2002 D penny you come across. Inspect them closely for any potential minting errors. Look for things like double die, off-center strikes, or even pennies that seem to have been struck on the wrong planchet. These are the kinds of coins that can fetch serious money. Also, the condition of the coin matters a lot. A penny in excellent condition, with little wear and tear, will be worth more than a heavily worn one. So, if you find a 2002 penny with an error, make sure to keep it in great condition to maintain its value. You can also try buying rolls of 2002 pennies from the bank or checking coin dealers and online auction sites for rare finds. Make sure to get any interesting pennies appraised by a professional to ensure you don't miss out on a hidden gem. As with all coin collecting, the market for rare pennies fluctuates over time. Some coins that may seem worthless today can increase in value as demand grows and fewer examples of certain errors remain in circulation. For collectors, finding that rare coin is often about patience and knowledge. As more people become interested in numismatics, the study or collection of coins, the demand for rare, error-filled pennies will continue to grow. This could further drive up the value of 2002 pennies, especially those with unique features. So, while your typical 2002 penny is still just worth 1 cent, it's important to remember that rare coins with minting errors can make you a lot of money. And who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune in your pocket change. The 2002 penny may seem ordinary at first glance, but with the right mint errors and a little bit of luck, it could be worth thousands of dollars or even more. While the $1.25 billion figure is a theoretical total value, the potential for rare pennies to fetch high prices is very real. So, next time you're sorting through your spare change, take a closer look at your 2002 pennies. You might just find the next big treasure. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. Until next time, happy hunting.